Welcome to Two Dogs Digs Hall Pass. Time for our Thrift Trip flip. Thrift Trip flip. Jeez, why did I name it that? That's too hard to say. Welcome to our Thrift Trip flip show, where we're going to try to show. We went on a thrift trip, and we're going to try to flip those items. God, I'm already starting out badly. For what we spent about $200 on, we're going to show you them. Hopefully you'll get some really great ideas on things you might look for as well. But we're hoping to flip that $200 into $2,000 or more. And I know that if you're in the craft group, you'll see that didn't come up with the label, and Adrian actually, or Michael mentioned that, said, we hope to turn $200 into $2. No, that's not what we... It edited it a little bit. So thanks to everybody who's joining us here, especially to my partner in crime, who
I promised I would behave.
Who actually has probably about 50% of the items in this thrift flip that he found. And this is all from a weekend trip we did down to upstate New York a few weekends ago. Did some shopping at estate sales, did some shopping at thrift stores, no garage sales because it's too cold, and a couple of thrift stores they were all in the US, I think. There might have been one in Canada on the way back. I'm not sure if there was or not, but this was all stuff that we ended up picking up. And as you can see from this, the photo actually that I'm showing here is actually the back of our van. Our minivan filled with stuff that we picked up from that thrift flip. So hopefully, again, you'll get some ideas on things that you might be able to flip from this or things you might be able to look out for. I know that on both of our sides, Rick's and mine, there are things in this video that shocked us when we found them because we either knew nothing about this particular item and shocked ourselves, or had heard a little something or remembered a little something about an item, and that's why we ended up looking at it, grabbing it, and getting it. It's almost December too, so as you can see, I've still got Yukon and Bumble behind us, and we watched it last night. Yay!
Bumbles bounce.
Both bounce. But one thing Rick did notice is that in the actual cartoon, Yukon has a gun. He does not have a gun here.
I checked.
You look to see it. It says, you got a gun upstairs. A big welcome to everybody who's joining us here, especially those of you who have joined us from the Kennel Club, which is the membership that we have to help support us doing what we do here for you, which is hopefully helping you find some great things. And for those members of Crafts. So a big hello to everybody there. They've got little icons beside them. It tells you how long they've been members of the Kennel Club. The colors change based on the years. They also get to put little emojis in and have access to a research deck that we have that's got about 40 or 50 different research places that you should look at that we use all the time as well. So a big hello to Michael and Lisa and Andrew and Donna and Janet and Nellie, Diana, Heather and Bob, Kathy, Greg, who's probably watching from somewhere, Tina, hey, hi to you. You're wondering what my Ming was?
Mahjong.
Ryan, hey, there's a name I don't recognize. Welcome. Thanks for joining us here. Elisa is cold. And there, Greg is watching.
Maybe it's cold outside.
Down that far. Whoops. You're typing stuff before I am. Another name I don't recognize. Hey, GC Pellerin, thanks for popping in from Sudbury. Thanks for joining us here. Hopefully you'll get some great ideas and subscribe to us. Jennifer, I think I might have said hello to. Hi, Holly. Big baby Craig's head is still freaking you out. That's right. Yeah, that's still right behind Rick there.
That one?
Yeah. Well, or it's this head. I don't know which one. When Elisa says big baby Craig head, it could be either one of us actually in that. Hey, Margot's joining us. Catching us live this time. That's one of our neighbors who has become entranced with thrifting. And we just say, as long as you start selling, Margot, that's the big thing. Oh, it's both with Bugter. Okay, so hey, Roadrunner. Oh, and you watched Rudolph over and over again. So, but yeah, it's that holiday season, but it's still time to search for stuff for Christmas, and it's still time to sell stuff for Christmas. We've been selling like crazy. Our past week was great. I hope
The past 2 weeks have been really
past
good.
2 weeks have been really good. Been really good on both eBay and Etsy. And one of the reasons it's been good on Etsy is because we're using crosslist magic to put stuff onto both platforms. So we'll show you that actually a little later on as well, how to use it if you don't remember from us talking about it or not, as well as the link for that. But we thought we'd start out with one of the things that while we were away, we did show this one thing, and this was in the craft group, in the Canadian Resellers and Fantastic Thrifters group, also known as the Crazy Resellers or craft group. I did put this post in, but I never answered the question for anybody. And again, today is going to be showing you what we actually, I believe in magic, I do, what we actually have bought and what we hope to flip it for. So we haven't sold any of this stuff yet. But the first thing that we actually did buy, and I think some of you may have seen it, and I don't know whether people would have said buy this or not. We found this Singer. You can see that in the tub. This was inside a Goodwill. This is a Singer Futura Quartet sewing machine. Now, it was $75 or $35. So you can see there, $35. And we took this thing out and we took a good hard look at what it looked like. There's the price in case you were wondering. And in the box, it had extra pieces to it. It had a lot of stuff. We checked the insides of it. Down in the little arms, there were things hidden inside there. And it was actually, Rick, I think you're not mistaken, but it was actually stuff in there that didn't look like it had been out of its package.
Yes. A lot of the little pieces to, let's say, the foot. The foot that goes under the needle.
Yeah, all those little things. Hey, Adrian. Hey, Cameron. Thanks for popping in. And I'm glad to see that Don had good sales on eBay, and one on Etsy is better than none. So it is heavy, but we took a look at this, and this is the reason we think it was there was because there was no adapter. So we think the person, and this was so clean.
There's no scratches on it. It didn't look like it had been used.
It honestly did not look like it had been used. And it had the extra arm to it. So we decided that we were going to risk this $35. And why would we just
arm? If I could interject for a second, Craig, I'm sorry. The extra arm is actually for an embroidery. It's an embroidery attachment.
Yeah, so it's not a great. It's all the stuff that was inside here. There was actually some other stuff down on the side here to help with sewing and things like that. And so we decided we were going to risk it. And why did we decide we were going to risk it? Because take a look at this. This is what we use. Worthpoint. We love Worthpoint. We recommend anybody get it especially because it's actually now I'm using it more when I'm thrifting than anything because it's got 15 years worth of information on it. There will be a link in the description as well for how to sign up for Worthpoint. You get a 7-day free trial, but it's so worth it on an annual basis, or even try it for a month or so for the $29 or so that it costs. It will pay you back. And it is a write-off for you as well. If you're doing this as a business, remember that is a write-off. But take a look at this. We would not even have known this actual kit. This is basically exactly what we ended up finding. It had this arm. It had this. What did it miss? The power cord and the foot pedal. But that sold for $500 in 2023. So that sold less than 6 months ago for $500. This is just look, $599, $620, $800. This item has sold for that. So my goodness, there was no way we were going to pass up the chance to make $300 or $400 or $500 on this for a $35 price. We have looked up the price. We can get a new foot pedal. Actually, maybe even get one on eBay. And the cord itself, we probably can find on Amazon. So Rick just typed. So it's like we'll probably have another $15, $20 invested in it. How we'll ship it, I'm not sure. I really don't know.
I'll
But yeah,
figure it out. For that much money, I will figure it out.
for that much money, we could figure out it. Other people were shipping them, and they were doing like $65. You see there, people were charging $65 and $70 in shipping. And we would probably try it there versus putting it onto our max sold, but it can always be max sold. The $500 shipping actually there shows free shipping. Actually, this one is free shipping, but the one below it is 70. The one above it is 65. The one above that's 49. So there's one there with $99. So there are some that sold for $300 as well. But we still think that we could probably pull at least $400 or $500, we hope, out of this. We might even try flipping it locally but it would have to be like $600 or $700 US or Canadian if we tried.
Also, at that price, we could subsidize a bit of the shipping.
Yeah. Given
our initial investment in it. That's the only time where I'm okay with subsidizing shipping.
So next is something that we bought that isn't necessarily something we may sell. It's hard to say. And the reason is, damn, this is comfortable. We found this at a Goodwill, and I love retro. I walked into the Goodwill. This person was sitting in this chair, and as they got up out of the chair, I picked it up and walked right out. Why would I walk right out with that chair? Well, I did sit in it. It's quite comfortable.
I hope you paid for it.
It was $7.99. It is in our living room right now, but it is actually a really comfortable chair. And the nice thing about it is what you can take a look. If you're looking at this kind of thing, this sort of tufting, this polyester, like a lot of times,
nubby. It's nubby.
It's really not in great shape. This is in amazing shape. Like, other than the wood, it's in amazing shape. Now, I don't know, but personally, I think if I tried to sell this chair, I'd probably put a value of it about $50. So we're going to put a value of that. But whether it leaves this house, I'm still quite unsure of. You have that. You have that fabric. No throw. Mine. No throw. Vintage, not retro. Sorry, yes, vintage. True vintage chair. Next up, though, is something that... so we saw these, and this is kind of like, I would say this is a thrifter to throw it. This is actually something that Rick saw and picked up. And I think these are the ugliest things in the frickin' world. $5.99. They are, I don't know if you know what they are just off the top, but they are what you would consider to be, I guess, magic. They're he bought them.
Yes, of course I bought them.
These things. Now, I think that any of you would probably look at these and pass these up. This is what they are. This is one. And then, yeah, there's Rick with the other one right there. And he put them and goes, look. And I was like, look at what? Look at these? My God, why are we looking at these things? And I'm looking at them going, and they're $5.99 a piece. Why on earth would we want them? He plugged them in and made sure that they were working.
Yeah, I gave you the video.
Huh?
I gave you the video.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it's in that folder.
I don't have it.
It's there.
I don't have it.
Anyways, they sell for anywhere between $50 to $100. Here's a recent sale. Best offer was accepted, and it would have been in the $50 range. So it's a nice little 5 or 6 times whatever we put in.
So Cameron is in the same world as you. It's 10 times what you would buy. We paid $5.99. It's like Cameron would have picked them up. I honestly laughed at him, Cameron, when I saw those. I thought, you've got to be joking with me.
They're very pretty when they're lit up. They actually look kind of cool.
They are kitsch. That's true. They're very kitsch. And yeah, they do have those at a lot, big ones at a lot of Asian restaurants. But I'm just shocked and surprised. So again, this is something I just would think you guys should keep an eye open, because I don't think that normally this is the kind of thing that many of you would actually look at. Obviously, Cameron would, Hydron would, maybe Elisa would, but I think a lot of people would pass this by because it is a very sort of it's kind of kitschy, but yeah, it's kind of cheapy. Oh, I think Rick's trying to find a video of it.
Yes. Come on.
There's nothing. It's like nothing's happening. Oh, there. Oh, he put lovely music to it. That music, like any minute, a pterodactyl is going to sweep down. It's like, da, da, da. Like that's what I was expecting. Oh, no, she said no. They're in perfect shape, too. Right? That's the one.
I did have to clean a bit of the nicotine off them, but they cleaned up really nicely. Now, some of them actually have sound, like bird noises and waterfalls.
You put that sound to it.
The sound ones can sell for $300 plus. So if you find one and it has the bird noises and the waterfall noises, you damn well put that into your cart and run to your car.
I'm sure it doesn't do the cacaw.
Wait for the pterodactyl to carry you off.
But no, he actually found that there were sold, again, $300 using Worthpoint. He found a sold on one. And actually, I think you even found one on eBay that was a sold for $300.
I did.
With nicotine, you know it's vintage. That's a good new saying. If it's got nicotine, it's got to be vintage. No, it doesn't play music, not that one. But other ones do actually play music. Yeah. Oh, Janet's sold several of them. See, this is surprising. I get shocked myself at stuff that people find.
Also, the nice thing is they are in nice rectangle shape. They're not huge. They're not heavy because most of the plastic on the back is kind of space for the light to be.
And the fan.
And there's actually no fan in there. It's just, it lets the heat out.
Oh. But there's no music.
Yeah, there are no sound controls on that. And yes, it looked like a beer commercial. All we needed was a lady in a bikini, or Craig pretending to be a lady in a bikini.
Let's move on to the next item. Now, this was a mini fight. We were at this.
We don't fight.
This is a mini discussion. We were at. We were at a little flea market that was basically staffed by a bunch of seniors who had taken this spot in the flea market, and it was it was in a school. And the thing that I got the biggest kick out of about this being in a school was that it was $1, and to get in you had to give $1 donation, and it was the $1 donation for schoolhouse restoration. And I said maybe they should use the $1 to teach them spelling, but that's what it was for, restoration. And in this school, they had a lot of seniors, it seemed, to be setting up tables. And there was this one table that I've got some stuff I'm going to show you that I found at one table. We actually found a bunch of stuff in this, and we weren't even planning to go. Someone at an estate sale told us to go, and we were like, oh, crap. Oh, I guess we'll go. Well, this was the first thing that Rick ended up finding, and this was at the table, and he's actually got it behind him.
I do.
This is a Jaguar lamp, so I'm going to turn it over to Rick to chat a little bit about that.
Yes, it is a Jaguar console TV lamp. I did pull the bays off the bottom because it was poked through, and I was cleaning it. It doesn't have the right bulb in it. I couldn't find a long bulb. We did check it before we bought it. It works. It's in really nice condition. There are no chips or cracks. And the guy wanted 25. In the end, I think I've talked him down to either 17 or 20. I can't remember.
20. 20. That's why we fought.
Okay.
It was 20, and the thing was, there was something else at the guy's table that I wanted for $5, and he wouldn't let me buy the thing for $5. But
Oh, those ugly little
those
canisters.
ugly canisters, you wouldn't let me.
The reason is because the painting on the smallest one was disgustingly amateurish. I could have done better. Anyway, so I paid $20, and I found a listing through Worthpoint, June 2023 for $120.
Now that one probably has the proper light fixture in the back, Rick. But can we see it or no?
It doesn't have it in this listing.
No, it's too old to get the.
It has. Oh, sorry. Look, it does have the wrong bulb, but look at the condition of the cord.
Oh, the cord is horrible.
Well, our cord is perfect.
The long Panthers are worth a lot. Tina saying
the longer ones, yes, but I can't fire this one up and stretch it out. Can I?
Black Panther lamps. So again, we're gonna estimate that might be $100 from a $20 spend.
Yep.
At the same place, though, we did find another table, and I went to, and there's this lovely lady at it, and she was like, everything. She was like, okay, everything is like $5, and I said, okay. I'm looking, and a lot of the stuff was kind of cheap. Some of the stuff was new, but then I found this at her table, which was a box of the glassware by Brockway. But I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with it. It's the 12 Days of Christmas, and it's a terrible picture that's kind of blurry. But this is actually the set. It's the set of 12 Days of Christmas glasses.
They're actually quite pretty when you look at them outside of the box.
Yeah, and they're brand new. Like the box has these brand new. So these are never used. There's a little dust in the bottom, maybe a spider or two that needs a little blowing out. But yeah, it actually, and it's called Glassware by Brockway. And there's the name again. We actually found these set. Oh, Lisa just sold a set.
And Tina says they don't sell so fast or so great.
Yes and no, but for $5, I'm not sure whether you would pass that up or not. What we did find on them was that, like, for example, people are listing them on Etsy, and this is just a listing of individual glasses are being listed for like $10 a piece. And that's the set for 12 for $141. Again, we have ours in a box, and nobody on here seems to have those 12-day ones in a box. And nobody's actually calling them Brockway, which is actually interesting to me because that's what you would.
They don't have the box.
They don't have the box, so they don't know where they're from. So, I mean, take a look. There's a lot of this is just on Etsy right now. All these different sets. But when somebody's got a lot of these, like that's day 12. They want $38 for just day 12. And the fact, you only had yours listed 6 days ago. And where did you list them, Lisa? Let me know. I just got in trouble. I said I have that set of glasses in my death.
Sorry, Janet. Way to go, David.
But again, that's the kind of thing that you might think about looking up. And I always try and look up if we see stuff like that. At the same table, she had this set of plates. And I looked at them and I said, these are ugly as heck. This is from AM&A's, which is a closed down big box department store in the States. It is the 12 Days of Christmas, 1 dozen copyright 1983. D Holmes, and again, there you go. There's the $5 for the set, and yep, it was the same thing. She had the entire set, brand new. All the cardboard is inside this set for $5 on them. They were from 1983, made in Japan.
This is the first time they're seeing air.
This is the first time they're seeing air. This was actually the one she had on top. It's strange because even though it's the 12 Days of Christmas, it's actually shows only one thing in each one. So it's like one maid, like one lady dancing.
They'd be too busy otherwise.
And they're very Renaissance-y. I guess that's the only way I can say they're Renaissance-y. Well, they can be as Renaissance-y as they can be, because people are selling these for $10 a piece. And if you look, this is eBay. This is literally like this weekend. This sold for $10. One of these for $10. So I have 12 of these. And the whole set actually just recently sold, or just sold actually 11 of the 12 sold for $75. And we actually, because they're in the box, we probably going to try and price these at about $100. Oh, and Lisa sold hers for $100 for her glasses. We were estimating only 50 on them.
Should I update our list to
on
100?
Etsy? Well, she put it on Etsy too. So, we'll build them and
I'm changing it to 100 on our little sneak sheet here.
So again, something interesting that we found that, again, you may or may not look out for. But even if you find 12 days of anything and they're missing a day or two, consider buying them. We bought a set, I think it was 3 years ago, Rick. I found that set of 10 this was at a thrift store, a Value Village, 10 Pottery Barn 12 Days of Christmas ornaments.
Yep.
And
that's whole like 7 years ago, though. But
it was $10.
Pre-pandemic,
$10 for 10 of them. We sold every individual ornament, I think, for between $10 and $25 an ornament.
There were a couple that were in the $40 range because they were more popular, or maybe broke more.
People
I don't know.
Broke so many of the partridges they had to have the first day. So Renaissance-y. I don't know.
Renaissance.
So this was at this one table, and so I picked up the glasses and I bought them. They're heavy. I'm carrying them. I walk around the other side of the same table, and Rick is entranced in a conversation with a woman.
I was stuck. I could not move. The woman was blah, 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 blah. And let me tell you about this. And let me tell you about when I was 15, I went to New York and I studied this. And then I met somebody and they told me that. And the friend that I have, her father used to own these things.
And I'm trying to get Rick's attention so I could ask him about these damn things.
I'm like, la, 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 la. I'm listening. Because she had some really interesting things for no money. It's like really dirt cheap prices. The first thing that I saw was this little whale. It's like, oh, it's a little coin purse. Yeah, when I bought it, the zipper was not done up. I actually had to carefully put the zipper back in place. The stitching is gone. I am not going to try to repair it. It does have a little bit of staining and the original label. It's called a Kuanoiki. A Kuanoiki whale coin purse. I paid $3 or $2. $2 for the whale. And I found, I don't know if I've got the listing up, Craigie. Give me a second to look for it. Can you talk for a second?
I don't know what to talk about yet. No, it was funny because I kept trying to interrupt and say, Rick, I just want you to show you this. And he'd look at me, oh, yes. And then she'd go, and then, and he looked at, he was going, help me get away. Finally, I went back to the other table and I was like, Rick, can you come here for a second? And he said, I'm sorry, I have to go. And she's like, okay. So it was the only way I could get him out of there.
There you are.
It is cute. Okay. Oh, Elisa has penguins. Heather's saying, sew it on the machine that you've got. What? Craig talk? Who knew?
Yes. Sorry, I'm still trying to look. It's not letting me look.
That's okay. You did find it, though, and it was about $50, right?
No, I found it, and it's like $145.
Okay. Well,
we are going to be listing that in the condition it's in, missing the little lock because there's a little hole in the fin here and a little ring on the chain. And there's a little lock that goes there. So any of the vintage locks from those 1960s or 70s caged animal banks would be the right size and would work.
And we have a caged animal bank somewhere in this house.
Somewhere in the house.
But we don't know where it is.
Yeah, so again, I'm going to list it for $125.
Same table.
Yes, at the same table, there was, oh, that is this little guy. This little guy. This is a Shishimai lion head puppet. And I'm trying to get an exact date and value for this. Some of the things I've seen is that, that this thing could be worth a minimum of $100. Could be 200. But again, I need to figure out a bit more about it. It doesn't have any writing on the back. There's no writing anywhere. There's nothing that I can attribute it to a particular prefecture in Japan. But I've been told by one of the groups that I'm in on Facebook that this could have been used by a dancer, and he or she would have had the female, which is a red version of this, in the other hand, and they would perform. So that was $3. So I'm in for $5.
Don is saying, Baby Craig's eyes are following me. I'm like one of those things at Haunted Mansion at the end of the ride. All
right. And the other thing that I bought.
This is all from the same lady that's talking out stories.
$3 is a Kurok tray. It's got the label on the back. It's in really nice condition. Of course, I will polish it up and make sure that it doesn't have any schmutz on it. So would you buy that for $3? Heck yes, I would.
Now, we've flipped some Kurok trays before. We flipped a one that was Levi's on it for $50. We've done some others. We put them in Max Sold for some more generic ones. We actually have some Kurok glasses that are up right now. So we've talked about Kurok a few times before. We just want you to watch out for it because it can be a really good thing to potentially sell.
Yes. Now,
especially watch out to make sure that label's on the back of it.
Yeah, the foil label, the gold foil label on the back, that just means that it hasn't been thrown in a dishwasher or washed in the sink. So it's likely going to have been in better condition. Now, I found a recent sold on eBay for that within the past 90 days for $75. But doing my research, I did an image search on Google. You know how you always see the first dibs thing come up, and it's like, those are the let's price it as high as we possibly can things. This is an actual sold listing. They had it listed at $589.76, and it sold. I'm not sure if the line through it means that they got a discount or not, but I scrolled down a little bit. Oh my God, they've got another one listed at $686.
So we might investigate first.
I want to figure out how to become a verified professional seller on First Dibs so that I can price this at 10 times what people are getting for.
I have never heard of the word
Etsy.
Phenolic
resin.
That sounds like...
Yeah, that's a mouthful. I'm going to actually steal some of the language from this. But I have never actually seen something that I've been searching for that actually said sold for something that I bought for $3.
That's just it, Don. You see these prices, but we've honestly never seen a sold one.
And I really don't think that this is any sort of, what do they call it?
Exactly. Same with Cherish. I don't know. Phenol resin. Of course, Sherry would know. Yes.
But I mean, look at the prices that they've got on their Kuroks. It's like
that's what I went to.
Phenolic.
Cameron, Elisa and I are like simpatico in our brains. We both go to
Phenolic.
um,
Anyway, so those are a couple of the cool things that I found at that one table. I think it was worth spending an extra half hour chatting with the lady.
it was
Maybe.
worth it.
I'll
Now,
never get that time back, but maybe.
no, well, the thing was, we actually went back the next day because we thought the lady kept pulling out things.
She did.
But then we went back. We went back the next day thinking maybe she pulled out a bunch of stuff. And I went, "You prepared to chat for a half an hour?" And Rick went, "Yeah." And she wasn't there. Somebody else was at the table, and half of the stuff that she had was sold. So she had all this doll furniture, miniature doll furniture, and things like that. It was very pricey, though. That was the weird thing about her table, wasn't it, Rick? It was like, you're telling me, like, I get this for $3, I get this for $2, and then she had like a box of crappy plastic. I mean, and it was only like 9 pieces of plastic doll furniture, and she had it at $25. And
that was the first day. It was sold the second.
But it was sold by the second day. It's like, but it was like this weird mix of pricing and everything like that. So it's true. We both have the same 10-year-old boy / 14-year-old girl. So next thing though is actually something that, again, this is what I mean. That's why Adrian said Craig wants his horseshoe back. Well, I'll show you. I did find my horseshoe back right towards the end of the trip.
Yeah.
But this is, again, something else Rick picked up in the thrift store, and you may not be like, this is not the thing you may not think about picking up, but this is what he picked up.
Yes.
A Polly Perk.
Now the cool thing about this is it was still factory sealed. It was like glued. All of the flaps were glued on. So somebody had this sitting in their closet for 30 years and decided to donate it.
So we decided to buy it, and we've actually just listed it 2 days ago. It is now sitting there at $75. I did look up comps. We did look up. There's other ones that if you can find there's a red version of this that has more of an atomic splash on it. Mm-hmm. That one goes for $120 to $150 every day.
Even loose. Again, this is priced because it's factory sealed.
The daisies have sold for $40 to $50, but because this is factory sealed, we thought we'd price it at $75. What I'm going to do with this though right now is, because I told you guys I love CROSSLIST magic. Here's CROSSLIST magic. There's my Etsy page sitting there as the one thing I want it to CROSSLIST magic to right now, and I'm going to CROSSLIST it to Instagram. I'm just going right over to this, and this CROSSLIST magic adds, it's the Chrome background extension. Again, we want you guys to try it because a couple of people have tried it, and it's a game changer. Again, we have a video on it. You can take a look at the video on how easy it is to do. This is all we had to do. We had to build it in here. We've made it live. Click on this see the little pages up there? That's the CROSSLIST magic logo. When I click on that, boom, it's going to open up my Instagram and open up my Etsy page. It's going to pull all of the information that it can to those things. So there we go. There is CROSSLIST magic for Etsy right now. So it is there. It is another company that made the finished product, and it was made, I think this was the 80s. Yep. So we'll continue. And then it needs to, I've got a lot. So Polly Perk is 2 minutes. So still sealed in box. Too many caps. I'll do this. I'll put factory sealed as the words on the top there. So it's got all the pictures up there. Now, this is the one thing you may have to do a little bit of, which is switching around things. So I put a different picture in, decide which picture I want to have in there so that I can take a look at it. And then there's the thumbnail, which I can adjust, which I'm just going to leave that the way it is. Everything in there can be the same. I'm going to put the price there. I'm going to move it up because we've been moving stuff up on Etsy and getting more money for it. Plus, we like to do Etsy with free shipping because if it's over $35 and you offer free shipping, Etsy pushes. And we've actually had a number of things in the past month that have sold to guests. Guests mean that they've seen an ad from Etsy and bought from us. They're not regular Etsy shoppers. They don't have a signed account. They come in as a guest. So I'm not going to let anybody make an offer on that listing yet. You have to add a quantity of 1. And again, this is how easy it is. pick my category that's going to be in there, add my category, and this is a coffee maker. And again, this is just to make my draft. I can finish it all off at a later point. Done. I can save this as the draft now. Oh, my shipping profile is not set. Sorry. Got to set my shipping profile. Where are you? Shipping profile. Here's my profile. Free shipping and 15 to Canada. Save as my draft. Boom. It is cross list magic. Cross list magic.
Thank you.
There it is. Added into there. So it is now one of my drafts. It'll show up there. Boom. So all I have to do is fix it and launch it. And boom, it's on Instagram. Everything's on there that I need, except maybe a couple of things. I want to take that, and on there, I want to add a link. So I can actually put on Two Dogs Digs eBay store. And then go back to my eBay listing. Wherever I put it. There it is. Go back to my eBay listing, and I can copy the item number from my eBay listing, go back to my Instagram, add that in there, and then I can do my hashtag vintage kitchen. I can spell vintage properly. It's actually even better. Hashtag vintage decor. Again, that's what I'm trying to do when I'm trying to do things in two different places at once. Coffee maker. Coffee maker. Again, it's a Chrome extension. Yes, it is a Chrome extension, so you have to work on it on your desktop, but it adds this to the background of everything. And there's something else that's really neat now. So I can share this now if I want to. So I'm just going to share this, and it's going to show up on my Instagram feed, direct people there.
Does your Instagram post to Facebook too?
It can post to Facebook. It can post to Depop, eBay, Etsy, Facebook, Grailed, Instagram, Mercari, Poshmark, Shopify. It can cross-post from any of those to any of those. So there it is. That's done. So now that's going to be showing up on my Instagram feed, and it's ready in my Etsy page as well. So there you go. Where was it?
Yeah, you have a special code that people can use, don't you?
Yes, if they use the code Two Dogs Digs, and again, if you look at the description on this particular thing, you'll see that it's actually there. You'll see the code, and that code will give you 3 months for 50% off. So it's $9.95 a month. But if you use the code that we've got on there, and again, you can see it right on the front of this. I'm trying to find it actually right now, because I know if I say to Rick, you have to talk, you're going to kill me.
Okay.
So if you go to outside of this, you will actually see the listing itself. And in the listing, there is a code, which is, there we go. I'm just going to copy it in right now. It's the Two Dogs Digs promo code. And there it is. There's the promo code if you want to look at that. But again, you can also just go to CrossList Magic. And if you are in CrossList Magic, when you go to sign up and ask the promo code, put Two Dogs Digs in that promo code. 7 days free, and then you sign up monthly. $9.95 a month, but you get $5 off a month. You can cancel anytime you want. A couple people have tried it, and they are like, it's a game changer for us. We've added so much stuff that's already in one of our stores into another store. Stuff that's in Etsy back. And we've sold
the only suggestion that we make is that make sure that you have some indication in your listing, like the custom SKU field on eBay and the SKU field on Etsy, that indicate that it's been cross-listed to those platforms. Just to make sure
where you're storing it, your own inventory.
This CrossList Magic doesn't pull listings from a platform if they sell on another. That has to be done manually.
And Elisa, to join the Kennel Club, actually all you have to do is just take a look at our page itself. When you sign on and you search Two Dogs Digs in the on here, you will get to our Two Dogs Digs page. And on the Two Dogs Digs page, I'm just trying to get to it right now. On the Two Dogs Digs page on our channel, you will see this.
Oh, there it is.
Join. And right here, you'll see join right by our name. So just type into YouTube, you can type Two Dogs Digs, and you'll see join right there. And that shows you all of our stuff. This is the one that we're live in right now. You can see we're live right there. That's us live. Let me get rid of that for the moment. So next thing that we got is another one of the things that, and this, I'm going to throw this completely over to Rick because this was something that he spotted. And
yeah, you'll have to tell me what it is. Is it that? Okay. Woo! This I'm excited about. We were going through the thrift store and this guy rolled out on a cart.
Literally rolled out on a cart.
Rolled out on a cart towards us. And I looked at the tush tag, I picked it up and threw it in our cart and told Craig, I'm going to buy this. And he's like, why are you going to buy that big floppy husky dog?
Well, he yelled at me because we have so much plush.
I did. But then I looked and saw that it is actually by a company called Aurora. And in the back of my little pea brain, I realized that some Aurora plush sells for hundreds of dollars. So at $4.99, I'm going to take a chance. And I did. You can see the size of it compared to Mr. Doug.
It's the size of Mr. Doug.
It's the same size as Mr. Doug. Doug had no interest whatsoever in it.
Not in the slightest.
But Doug almost has the same size paws as this little dude. So I was very excited when I was doing my research for this guy too, because I don't have my link open or ready yet. Can you talk for a minute, Craig, while I find it?
Yeah, that was interesting. Actually, I got, this is funny because this actually, Elisa just sent me, I'll just flip this over here. Elisa just sent me a picture of a Black Panther lab. Oh, look, it's more common.
Okay, I's ready now.
Huh?
I'm ready now.
Oh, okay.
All right. So can everybody see the sold price for the Super Flopsies Mush Husky Gray Plush with blue eyes? $600 US 2 years ago. So,
and $500 just below it.
$500 last December.
Last year.
$450, $450, $424.
If you go and click on the top there, Rick, on the Worthpoint page, again, this is another reason we love the Worthpoint, is click on search under the, no, over here on the left-hand side, the little arrows beside the Husky there. That'll, no, down to the block. Yeah, then you can sort. You should be able to. That's not your sort? Oh.
No, let me reduce the size of the screen.
Oh, because there's too much showing.
Yes. Sorry. Oh, gosh. Where'd it go?
Just click back.
I don't know what this is doing to me.
Click back, there.
And then forward. There we go. Okay. So you're talking about these buttons
here.
Yeah,
sorry. Yeah, price there, most recent.
Now, the Flopsy plush, they have mini versions. This is like the Super Flopsy. It was retired in 2011. Came out in 2008. Retired in 2011. It is probably the softest plush I have ever felt. And I just love it. There are actually a couple of people that show videos about the plush. I mean, there is a community of people that really want this plush dog.
Okay.
So we are going to be...
I have to say, that did sound a little strange. I thought you're getting into the plushy and furry world where there's videos of people.
There was a video of a lady who found or bought one of these on eBay, did a whole unboxing and went on for probably 20 minutes. about every aspect, from the eyes to the size of the paw to the tush tag.
I
to the
love
fact.
Don's comment too. What in the disposable?
Anyway, so we are going to be putting this on auction.
Yeah.
And starting the auction at what, $250? I think
We
we
think we're going
agreed
to
on.
start at $250 or $299.
All right. Well, you've got
probably
a draft of the listing. Do you want to launch it now for a week, and we'll see where it goes?
Let's see. I have to find it. Mine selling listings draft.
Heather was starting to wonder where I was going with plushies.
Okay,
Not that kind of plushie.
So yeah, this is actually, in case you're wondering, this is our actual listing here. So there he is. There's there's great pictures of the eye. Very, very, very clean too. So there's 2008 retired 28-inch. Okay, I'm gonna do one change there, Rick, because I want the 28-inch. I just didn't want the 28-inch right beside the year.
I matched my title with.
Yeah, no, too many numbers too close to each other. So I just wanted to. Flopsy's only 1P?
Yes, Flopsies. Okay. Flopsies with an S.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not doing anything else to this. And there's the auction. You wanted to do it as a
Let's do a 7-day.
We'll do a 7-day, so it'll end next week.
Yay.
And there we go.
Oh, thanks for joining, Elisa.
There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there we go. We're gonna well, let's try and check that. Well, we'll just do it. And we will list this.
Woohoo! Wish us luck.
Wish us luck, and you'll see next week whether we're actually. We got 7 others there. We've got prep too. So there's his whale.
I hope there are some crazy.
There's the little whale right there
that want him.
Yeah, I'm gonna figure out something. We'll do a plushie thing as well. You thought you were joining the cheese of the month club. Thank you so much.
That Elisa just joined.
Thank you so much for the support. We really love that. And again, we hope we find stuff that gives you I never thought about this. I'm gonna pick this up. So Sherry said, yeah, $2.99. No longer guilt trips. Because yeah, we pick up packages for Adrian. So we got one last thing to show you in the last few minutes we've got here. And again, remember, if you think about Worthpoint, it's one thing that you should really try to take a look at when you can.
I still have 2 things down here.
Do you have 2 things?
Yes.
Okay, well, go ahead with your 2 because I got my other one.
Okay, so the first.
I don't have any more tabs set up for you. So
I know because I've got. Well, where's the other? Okay, now I've got one thing. This is called a Bogan Professional Enlarging Easel. It's used by photographers, I believe, to cut down their photos or enlarge photos. I don't know what.
Or enlarge their photos.
So it's pretty clean, new in the box. We got that at an estate sale from the basement. It was $10, but it was 50% off, so it was $5. And if I can find it, here we go.
This was another stunning thing.
$350. It's a 16 by, or that was the 16 by 20. Sorry, I have to redo my search here. This one is actually the 11 by 14. So let me redo my search.
And these are recent solds.
And 150. So this $5 investment, we're going to list at probably 100. We might go for 150, but
now I'd just like you to take a look here. It's like I don't recall last time Rick talked this much.
I don't talk.
And Heather said, "You're right. He can talk." See, that's what I always say: is he can talk if he wants to.
I don't like being on camera by myself. If Craig is beside me or talking, I can interrupt him. I can be really chatty. If I know what I'm talking about, then I'm okay talking on camera. It's when I'm thrown to the wolves with actually nothing prepared. Can you talk while I do something? About what? Oh no. Ah!
Well, there's one other thing I see quickly, which is right behind you. You found this at a thrift store, and it folds up.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Just in case you're wondering, you told me you wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, but this actually isn't on our list. It is basically a folding glasses rack. I think it might be Culver. I'll have to actually figure that out. We got it for $2.99 from Savers in the States. Whenever we see these sorts of racks, we buy them. We actually have a set of glasses that we can put in this, and we can put it in our max sold. And because of the rack, it will probably up the value.
You're just the
And
eye candy.
I was really surprised that this collapsed. I didn't realize it until we brought it home and we were unpacking it, and I saw that looks like a hinge. Oh, look, it collapses.
For Libby Tempo glasses. But Sherry says your eye candy.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I am a real boy.
So on top of the things that we had there, last week we did show you the box. This was part of the trip. So I'm going to talk about it just briefly again. We did some research into this. This was the box full of the larger ornaments that we paid $45 for the box. Just as an FYI, we've done some things, and like this is West German glass indent glass ornament. It's like 6 inches long. I found this actual ornament listed for or sold for $35. I have found, as per other people talking, and I have more than one of those. We found this ornament because of people telling us about it last time. This ornament, which is the Betsy.
Oh, we forgot about that. Betsy Clark, isn't it?
And that was, this is actually, I think, about a $75 ornament from that one. There's a couple more of those in there. Within this entire box, within this entire box, there's a number of things that it made in the USA topper on this one. I think it might be Reich. It's actually really pretty, actually. All of those in there. So we've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, probably 30 some odd things in there. We're going to average a price on those 30 things, Rick. I said, what did we put in a price on that?
I think we put 300.
300, which is $10 a piece. And I think we're going to make way more than the $10 on that. But the final thing is...
So we're not going to talk about the black velvet painting?
Well, okay, go ahead. But I'm trying to watch our time.
Okay, very quickly.
We're trying to keep as close to an hour as we can.
Put you on the big thing.
Oh,
Okay. All right, there we go.
This is the strangest painting.
I think it is modeled after Diane from Cheers.
I think it's a dog with a wig. It's just,
I think she's fabulous.
That was actually in the same place that he bought the lovely waterfalls from.
It was. And we're thinking we'll probably list that for like $50 on Etsy. And it will be fun. Fun, till Daddy takes the T-bird away. All right.
So the last thing, though, and this is, again, I always get surprised when I find something I've never had before. I don't know, like, what this is. I went into this thrift store, and we were in the Salvation Army, and I have never heard of a company. I don't know if any of you have, but I've never heard of a company before called Possible Dreams. And Possible Dreams does a lot of Christmas ornaments. And this was what I found from the Possible Dreams. I found these 3 boxes here. Now, take a look. This is so cute. Now, I got a video I'm going to show you of this in a second. Wait. There, I got to move it back. This is what they are. And there's 3 of these. So look, Santa flying around, powered by a battery, and he's on his bike, and he's opposite the trees. Now it's going to change from this to Santa and his reindeer, and there's the town he's flying to. with his little wind-powered reindeer at the back of it. This is music Rick put over top of it. And then after Santa, we're going to show you there's Santa with his plane being flown by an elf. He's being dropped out of his plane. Oh, I don't
Sorry,
want.
I added the music. I didn't realize it was so
I
loud.
really want this thing. Oh, why did I buy Flights of Fancy? I'm gonna tell you about all three. They only cost me $9 each, but look how much they sell for. $405. Or what are they doing? Oh my! I was concentrating on the wrong thing there. There we go. $500, $405. But then take a look at this. Is that there? It is right there. November 2021. $300.99. $299. $299 in 2022. $299 in 2024. And there's a different one. I have never ever heard of these things called Flights of Fancy before. So this is by a company called Possible Dream. So they're not small. This is Santa's Rooftop Rendezvous. I think this is like $150 thing. This was just, I saw the one of them, then I saw another, and then I saw another. I thought, oh, I'll take a look. I just threw them in my cart. $9.99 each. And we there's the price tag right up there. $9.99. And the original price tag I think is on $46 down here in the original price tag from Grandma's house. And I guess somebody decided they did not need this any longer. So we bought all three of them for $28. And I looked the one up on Worthpoint, but I thought I saw it for $100. Now we're looking at the three of them being possibly close to $200 to $300 to $400. So these are going up again right before Christmas. And we are going to, again, we'll have these lovely things up so that we can actually sell them. And we had this one up. It was up all night in our garage, our porch area. And I kept looking at it and Rick says, no, we're selling them.
Yeah,
well, I was in my head on it.
I think that's actually going to be the listing video, but
we will use one of each of these for each of the listing videos. But as you say, it's so cute. We were really lucky that they actually did work. I did not bring the
batteries. I didn't bring batteries
with me, which I usually do. So, but they need to come shop with us. Cha-ching is right. So is it because we're both giant dorks? Oh, Craig is. Oh, hey, Karen. I'm not sure if it's because of the bad singing or why. Adrian was that too. So we're both giant dorks. Yes, I guess that's it. Yeah, well, you're already you're like one of the sergeants already. That's so easy. Don't play the music when you list, though. Well, we won't be listing them on Etsy. But yeah, we can't. Well, if we do anything, it'll be a generic thing. It won't be that because that'll be pulled by eBay.
Yeah, actually, I will find music that is copyright free.
Now, Cameron, I will let you know, and I might start it again in 2024. No. I used to start all of the shows with a song, or most of the shows with a song.
I'm muting you now in case you decide to sing. I do not want to hear him sing again.
He muted me.
I did.
But yeah, I used to start with songs, like just make up little songs. So you go back a year and a half or two and you'll see that the start of every show had a stupid little song. Yeah, sing. Maybe I'll do it next week.
Craigie, since we're just past the hour mark.
Yep.
I did a grand total of everything that we chatted about tonight.
So our goal, as we showed you in this, was can we turn not $2,000 into $2, but can we turn $2 into $2,000?
$200.
into $2,000. And so what did we end up doing? So this is where we think we're going to be. Total cost $184. And if we get what we hope to, we're going to flip this for $2,624 or more. Now, again, you'll see some of those things are a little bit on the low side. For example, the mobile, we got $500 for all three. And for the Christmas ornaments, we've only got $300 for the entire box of ornaments. So we could make it go for a lot more. The Husky could go for more if we started at $299. So it's possible. This was one weekend, probably 8 or 9 hours of shopping, I guess, between the two different days.
4 hours with me stuck at that table.
4 hours with me stuck at that table. Probably a good half an hour in each of the thrift stores. And a half an hour at each of the different estate sales that we went to. And some of the thrift stores we were in and out. Like, we didn't find anything. But then other ones we found a bunch of things. And that flea market we found a bunch of things. So you never know. And again, you could find something like the Possible Dreams, which I have never, ever even heard of before. All of the years of me doing Christmas and flipping Christmas, I have never heard of a flipping Possible Dream before. And you know what the strangest thing was? I went into a thrift store this week and I found another thing by Possible Dreams, but it wasn't worth as much. It was only worth $10. And it was a cloth teak Santa, but by Possible Dreams. So look up that name. This, if you come away with anything from this at all, find your possible dream. To dream the possible dream, you might find a flight of fancy to sell. I think Rick is going to mute me. Oh no, he's decided to leave. So, thumbs up. Come back.
I'm still here.
Come back. Thanks so much for joining us again. Big thank you to everybody who's a member of our Kennel Club. $3 a month, less than a latte. It's got to be bought, eh? Well, it doesn't have to be bought, but we really appreciate it. Join us here. Join us in our craft group as well, the Canadian Resellers and Fantastic Thrifters, also known as the Crazy Ones. If you aren't sure about what it is, just look at the description for this video or any of our other videos, and you should be able to find a link to both those things. We hope to see you on Facebook, or we hope to see you here next Tuesday. And yes, I know we always have to say it as see you next Tuesday, but next Tuesday is going to be, it's going to be what sold in November, and you will be surprised. We got some great stuff on Etsy. We got some great stuff. Carl Klassen will be joining us. The retired Carl Klassen will be joining us. Maybe he's thrifted a little bit more. Maybe he sold a little bit more. Maybe, you never know. We'll not see. Maybe Avery will join us again. I don't know what he sold this month. He hasn't told us. But you never know what you'll find with us. Hopefully you'll find something good. Thanks again. Thumbs up, hopefully, from all of you. Comment below if you're joining us afterwards. And again, maybe we'll just have to start singing again. Thanks, Cameron. Say hi to other mother for us. You know what I mean. Bye, Lisa. Thank you again for joining. Woof. We're out of here. Our thrift flip is time to flip the thrift flip.
Thrift trip flip.
We're trying to flip it now. I got to flip it now.
Bye.